And we welcome you into the Unrivaled Postgame show as Penn State wraps up the regular season with a 35-16 win over Michigan State here at Beaver Stadium. Ends the year 10-2 in the regular season. Brian Tripp joined by head coach James Franklin. Coach, we've seen the emotion back here in the tunnel from seniors greeting with their families. What did it mean to win this game, particularly in this fashion?
Yeah, just proud of our guys. We got better as the year went on. That's what good programs do. To start the season where we started and to finish where we're at now, and still got one more game to play. It'll be interesting to find out where we're going.
Great job, James.
Thanks, Pat. But I'm proud of our guys, proud of the staff, the players, everybody.
What did you like about the way your team finished this game in particular? 2 touchdowns scored in a 35-second span.
Yeah, we say start fast, finish strong. I don't know if we started fast, but we did finish strong. Defensively made plays, offensively made plays. Obviously, the turnover on special teams was big for us as well. So I'm just proud of our entire organization.
What did it mean to have this drive right here that was an 11-play drive, 75 yards, 6 minutes and 21 seconds, capped by that 4th down play to Nicholas Singleton?
Yeah, especially after they scored. So to be able to take some time off the clock and be able to, put us in a situation where we can drive down the field, put our defense in a good position by working the clock and working the fields, and then be able to finish on 4th down with a touchdown was big time.
The offense was very effective and efficient today, 8 for 16 on 3rd down. Sean Clifford, 19 for 24, 4 touchdowns, 202 yards. How would you describe his performance?
He played smart. He played smart. He managed the game. He made plays when he needed to. We struggled a little bit tonight from a protection standpoint. We had some missed assignments that were untimely. But overall, I thought he played a gutsy game, and again, we made plays when we needed to.
And you're able to make those explosive plays. How important is that to having success, not only today, but each and every week?
Yeah, it's always important. They're in a situation where they are down some guys that are playing majority of the time with 3 defensive tackles on the field. So they were big up front and stout. And then they pressured a bunch as well, whether it's cross dogs inside or bringing perimeter edge pressures. And they did a good job with it early on, and then we were able to get it settled down and make some plays.
How is Abdul playing instinctively right now on defense?
Yeah, just playing really well, and obviously the stats back it up. As a true freshman, he's getting more and more confident each week, continues to make plays. Obviously, he's got tremendous physical tools, but now the game's really starting to slow down for him, can anticipate and make plays.
I know we were talking about this on the radio all day long. I think it's 116 points this year off of takeaways scored by your team. The complementary football, the offense is really taking advantage of when the defense gives you good opportunities to score.
That's what it's all about, complementary football, offense, defense, and special teams, all doing what we got to do to win. Early on, we were getting out-punted. Their punter was like the MVP of the first quarter, and then we missed a couple field goals, and they made the big field goal. So that's kind of what kept them in the game. And then after that, we were able to kind of, make some more plays on offense and be efficient defensively, and then obviously the big turnover was huge.
I know this is so great to celebrate with your family and for everyone to celebrate. What was the scene in the locker room? How would you describe that with the emotion of so many guys having their last opportunity to play here?
Yeah, it was awesome, and to go in there and celebrate the wins, every single one of them is really important. A little different because some of those seniors were out there on the field for a long time taking it all in, and they deserve to do that. But I also know they want to get out of here and go see their families and enjoy themselves.
Coach, we really appreciate it. Congratulations, and thanks for doing this.
Thanks, brother.
Long.
Appreciate you, man.
Penn State head coach James Franklin with us here post-game as the Nittany Lions defeat Michigan State by a 35-16 final score today. Here in the home finale at Beaver Stadium, Penn State ends the year at 10-2 overall, 7-2 in the Big Ten. And what a month of November it was for Penn State. As you can see, Penn State, the lopsided wins in November against Indiana, against Maryland, Rutgers, and then here at home finishing with an exclamation point in the 4th quarter against Michigan State. We're going to talk to Mustafer, Scruggs. We're also going to talk to Abdul Carter coming up here in just a moment, but Penn State senior defensive tackle Mustafer joins us right now. PJ, you and I talked about the emotion of this game during the week. Yeah. What was it like playing in it today?
I don't know. It doesn't even seem real. I'm just kind of soaking it all in. I don't know, man. I was in front of the guys speaking. I usually I'm up there and I don't get nervous because I love being in front of them. But today I was a little nervous, just talking to them and doing what we do in the locker room post game. It was, oh man, I'll never forget this group of guys.
When you talk to them, where does it come from? All the heart?
It comes from all the heart because day to day, it's not just in the fall. It starts in the winter, spring, summer. This isn't just a one-day thing. I've been grinding with these guys for 5 years, so it comes all from the heart.
What is special about this group?
It's just that resiliency, that never quit attitude. and I really had to put that in my life this past year dealing with my injury, and them guys rallied around me, showed me love even when I was at my lowest point, so I owe them the world. Being a leader for this team, I tell my parents all the time, the stats can go, the accolades can go. Being the leader for this team, being the leader for the guys in the locker room, that's the part that's special for me.
What's special about this defense, especially with the leadership's met? Here comes Jair Brown, Sean Clifford.
I'm not putting the shirt on. These two guys, man, it's just, I talked about the leadership at Media Day, and, when you have great leaders and you're not just a great leader by yourself, it makes your job that much easier. He pointing to me, I'm pointing to him just as much.
What did his speech mean after the Ohio State game?
Man, when PJ talk, everybody listen. He's an enforcer on the D-line, he's an enforcer on the defense, and we follow his lead, man. He's gonna continue to lead us throughout the rest of this season. We got together. My dog.
I know after that Ohio State game, you both were hoping. Congratulations, by the way. You stay right here. 1 second. 1 second. I know after that Ohio State game, this is the way you wanted to finish, the way you did. 4 wins in November, all big wins in November. What was it about your team in November that allowed you to finish this way?
Just staying with it. Trusting each other. We came in, and Coach Manny talked to us about trust. He talked to us about toughness, and just loving each other and playing for each other rather than playing, to score or any accolades that came with that. We just play for each other and everything will take care of itself. And I think the guys really took that to heart, and you start playing for each other, and we start making things happen, and we start becoming this elite defense, this elite team, in general. So, it's all about trust, toughness, man, and love at the end of the day, and that's what we did.
Tig, I think all of Trenton's here. You go celebrate.
Yeah, that's my guy.
How would you describe the special bond that you have, that Jair has, that you have with all of those brothers on that defense that he was just talking about?
It's hard to describe it. I've had a lot of relationships growing up, family, friends, but this is truly a brotherhood. It's just hard for me to describe it because, these guys mean so much to me. This whole team, really, I'll never forget it. I really honestly don't know where I'd be without all these guys, so it's special. It's special.
Let's talk a little bit about this game. We're looking at some of the run-stopping highlights here. I think only 25 rush yards. Yeah, 25 rush yards today for Michigan State. What was emphasized on that defensive front to make sure they became one-dimensional?
I think Tay talked about it, just trust. If we have the full trust that everybody's going to do their job, be accountable, be where they're supposed to be, we don't have to worry about anything. Just go play fast. And that trust has been instilled, like Tig talked about, since the beginning of the season. But I think over the time, it's just been sharpened. Been sharpened with the adversity we faced, been sharpened by the work we put in. And it's really showed this fall on Saturdays.
I know you still want to have an opportunity to go play extremely well in a bowl game, and this is a win that you deserve to celebrate. But when you start to look at some of the highlights that Abdul makes and that Chop has made on defense in a game like this, do you really feel like you've left the program in a better place, but also in great hands moving forward?
Yeah, for sure, and that's all about legacy. That's why you put in the work as a leader, because it's not just about this team; it's about the teams to come. Because I know those younger guys are watching all of us as leaders. So the program is in great hands, talents-wise, but also leadership-wise. These guys know what it takes, and I'm sure within these next couple of years, those goals we set for the previous years will be accomplished.
Well, I know a lot of that's because of you, PJ. Congratulations. It's been so much fun. Really appreciate it. Go put a shirt on.
Thank you.
Go inside. You warm up.
I'm never putting a shirt on.
PJ Mustafer, Penn State senior defensive tackle, joining us here after the game as Penn State wins it by a 35-16 final score. Again, looking at some of those impressive numbers today, the Penn State offense, 410 yards, passing 250 yards, 160 yards on the ground. Katron Allen, 21 carries, 82 yards. Nicholas Singleton with 17 carries for 78 yards. Looking at some of those offensive highlights, Ross Woomer did a great job rolling through some of the defensive highlights when we had PJ Mustafer on moments ago. And you're seeing Allen and Singleton in this game also get involved in the passing game. As head coach James Franklin said, Sean Clifford was a great distributor out there today. He was a leader on the football field and was very efficient, as was the Penn State offense. As I said, 8 for 16 on third downs. And they end up winning this game 35-16 with a very strong finish today here at Beaver Stadium. It's been great to see the reaction here firsthand in the tunnel, and you're getting that firsthand live reaction with us right here. You can't get this anywhere else, exclusive on the Unrivaled postgame show as Penn State wins it 35-16, over 105,000 the announced attendance today at Beaver Stadium. The crowd was great, and this is one great place to play college football, one great place to watch college football. the best fans in the country as Penn State wins it by a 35-16 final score over Michigan State today. You also look at some of the key stats that Coach Franklin always emphasizes, winning the turnover battle. Penn State with 3 takeaways today. The offense did not turn the ball over. Penn State with time of possession of 34-02. They controlled this game, and their defense created plays in the backfield, 7 tackles for loss and 3 sacks. There's Kalen King, a much-deserved interception late in the fourth quarter. He had his hands on the ball all day long. Great receivers, too, in Coleman and Reed for Michigan State. So a pair of great receivers, and you look at the job that King, Johnny Dixon, Joey Porter sparingly today, Marquise Wilson, and those safeties did against those great receivers for Michigan State. There's Kalen King with another breakup down the sideline against Jaden Reed, who's had a really great career for Michigan State. Michigan State has a lot of great playmakers on the outside. That time it's Marquise Wilson breaking it up against him. And here late in the first half, Kalen King leaping for the ball in front of Coleman as Penn State wins it 35-16. That defense, the no-fly zone for the Penn State secondary on full display here today. Well, while we wait for our next couple of guests, Scruggs coming up and Abdul Carter coming up, let's run through the highlights of this game. And it is senior day at Beaver Stadium. 22 players honored before the game. Great moment for the Penn State football team. Sean Clifford, in his 6th season, goes through senior day a second time, greeting head coach James Franklin before the game. A special moment here at Beaver Stadium for a senior class that's so important. Penn State ending the year 10-2. How did we get there? The defense living in the backfield all day long. Started early by setting the tone. 7 tackles for loss and 3 sacks. Tackle for loss there. And now the sack for Adisa Isaac. So you had Chop Robinson with the TFL. Adisa Isaac coming up with the sack, and that defense continued to smother the Michigan State run game. Keziah Izzard with a tackle in the backfield. Michigan State held to just 25 rushing yards all day long, and then the Spartans trying to get it done through the air. And once again is Kalen King. That in the first quarter, what was the start of a monster day for him. Then Nicholas Singleton, that explosive play on the ground, getting into the secondary, takes it into Michigan State territory. No score late first quarter. Clifford looking, buying time. This is on a 4th and 2. How about Sean Clifford using his legs, keeping the play alive, drops it off to Keandre Lambert-Smith. He converts. It's a first down for Penn State. Then Clifford into the end zone. Easy pitch and catch with the touchdown to Theo Johnson. Second quarter, Penn State with a 7-0 lead. And here, the trick play. Clifford, the outside, Keandre Lambert-Smith down the field, and Theo Johnson runs, tracks it down. He made the catch, and he's into the end zone. Theo Johnson with the touchdown, and Penn State takes a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter. Michigan State then on the ground again, just nothing brewing all day long. Abdul Carter coming up with the tackle at the line of scrimmage, joined by Jair Brown. Clifford here, late second quarter, trying to get that passing game going with the backside of the backfield. Nice day for Katron Allen in the rushing attack and through the air as Penn State has a 14-0 lead. And Penn State would end up with a very strong finish here in the second half. It was 14-3 at halftime, third quarter. Deep ball down the sideline. That's the punt, and then it's fumbled by Reed. Penn State recovers the punt. Penn State recovers that punt, sets up the Nittany Lion offense in the third quarter, trying to add to its lead at that point as Michigan State made this a very interesting game. Here it's 14-3, late third quarter. Clifford firing to the end zone. Great catch by Tyler Warren. Penn State takes a 21-3 lead as the Nittany Lions go up there in the third quarter. We were just looking at highlights of Abdul Carter as that Penn State defense was smothering all day long. We'll take a break here from looking at our game recap highlights, and we bring in Penn State freshman linebacker Abdul Carter. First of all, you're in that locker room with all of those seniors who have meant so much to your team. How would you describe the scene in the locker room moments ago?
It was like almost an emotional scene, like just seeing how the season came together. I'm just real thankful. I'm real thankful for those guys, and just, yeah, man, that was for the seniors.
What has the leadership of PJ and Jair specifically, I know we can probably throw J-Sub in there as well as one of your linebackers, what have they meant for your defense?
It means everything because we feed off them. We feed off the energy, how they play, their temperament. The guys that lead you are the guys that's going to affect everybody around you. So them being the leaders, them helping us, is most important.
Yourself today, you come up with 3 tackles for loss, 7 tackles, 3 of them for loss, and 2 sacks. What did you see out there on the football field that allowed you to anticipate and make big plays?
I was just motivated and hungry. Being that this is the seniors' last game in Beaver Stadium, this made me give my all today. Just wanted to give everything I can to them.
I know we've talked throughout the course of the year how you've improved as the year has gone on. Where do you feel like your game is at now, maybe compared to where it was even just a month ago?
I would just say confidence. It was just getting more reps. being out there longer just helped me build my confidence, helped me play faster.
When you're playing fast in this defense, what does Manny Diaz's defense allow you to do when you play fast?
Just get in the backfield, get TFL, sacks, just coming off the ball fast, just doing what I do.
Your offense, I don't know if you know this, 116 points this year off of takeaways. When your defense sets them up to score and then you see them punch it in, what's the feeling like on that sideline?
It's great. We talk about it every day in the team meetings, winning the turnover battle and scoring off turnovers. That's really important. If you do that, you win all the football games.
Can you believe that your first regular season of college football is already in the books?
Yeah, it went by in a flash, man. I just feel like you're just blinking it's over.
What did you learn throughout the course of your first year? I know it's hard to kind of recap it right now and look big picture, but as you reflect, how would you describe what you've learned here in the first year?
I would just say it was just gain experience, just gain experience this year so you come back next year and be even better. So I just think, gain experience is the best thing for me.
And then a lot to still build on moving forward. I know you want to give that microphone over to Juice Scruggs right now. When you see those big guys up front and you go against them every single day in practice, how did they make you better, particularly a guy like Juice?
Me and Juice used to always go at it during camp. Even during practice now, we just compete just to get the best out of each other. That's one of our core values, just compete in everything you do. And me and Juice just going at it, making each other better.
Abdul, congratulations on a great game, a great win, and a great regular season. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Abdul Carter, Penn State freshman linebacker, here with us post-game as the Nittany Lions win at 35-16. He set the scene nicely for Juice Scruggs, who comes on in and joins us here live on the Unrivaled post-game show. Juice, I'm going to ask you about your senior class, but first, the freshman class, the impact that they've had throughout the course of the season. What have they meant to your football team?
The fact that these guys are true freshmen, it's kind of crazy. It's unbelievable. But from Fat Man to Nick to Abdul to Zane, these guys are going to be special for a long time here. And I'm excited to see what they do.
Let's throw Drew into that mix as well. And you guys on
How
that
could I forget?
I know. Along that offensive line, you had puzzle pieces moving throughout the course of the year. What was your role in making sure everyone was on the same page? And then for that offensive line to continue to grow no matter who was in there.
Right. It was definitely a challenge, but Coach Franklin always says next man up mentality, and that's exactly what my guys had. Especially my young guys, Drew Shelton, JB Nelson, Vanga. The guys came in, and I didn't even realize that they were in, to be honest with you, because it was the same communication. So these guys, they're ready. They're more advanced than freshmen, true freshmen. And I'm excited to see what they do in the future.
I know I was just talking to PJ and Tig here moments ago, and we were talking about after Ohio State. I know PJ gave a very inspiring and powerful message in the locker room for your team, not only to finish strong today, but to close it out with those 4 impressive wins in November. How important was that for your senior class to end this thing the right way?
Yeah, it was definitely important, because the season didn't go the way how we wanted. Of course, losing to Michigan, losing to Ohio State. But I'm just proud of how we bounced back after those, how we fought adversity. And we never gave up. We always kept fighting. When offense messed up, defense had our back. Defense messed up, we had their back. Special teams always had our back. And it was just, we played complimentary football in November, and we just got to keep it rolling.
Why was this team so resilient?
I really think from all the work we put in the offseason, starting with winter workouts, summer workouts, shout out to Coach Losi and the strength staff. They got us prepared mentally, physically. And I just think, going through them workouts, you go through them, you can go through anything, and that's the mindset we had.
And you went through those workouts, I know, with a chip on your shoulder, unranked coming into the year. You finished the year 10-2. I know you want to go 1-0 every week, but you finished 10-2. You're going to end up in the top 10. To get to this point, what does that say about the character of your team? And I know you guys believed internally this is where you could be, even better than this all year long.
It just shows that we were willing, We didn't listen to the outsiders. We didn't listen to the critics, the naysayers, and we just focused and believed in what we could do. And we locked in, and we believed in what Coach Franklin was saying, and we believed in the program, and we trusted the process, and now we're 10-2.
2 questions about today's game really quick before we let you go. The drive that you had, 6 minutes, 21 seconds, 11 plays, 75 yards. You cap it on the 4th down, touchdown pass to Nicholas Singleton. What kind of drive was that as a statement to wrap this game up today?
Yeah, it was definitely, we knew defense, they just scored on our defense. So I told PJ, I told him, hey, we got y'all back. That's exactly what we did. We went out there, we knew we had to score, and that's all you can ask for, That's a great drive right there.
And then what's the scene in the locker room, being out there on the field, celebrating this one last go around here?
Yeah, it was definitely emotional, I'm just after the game, I was just looking around, and he like, wow, like, it's really last one in Beaver. But it was emotional, and the guys in there, you know, turned happy, just lit, man. And I'm gonna miss this environment for sure.
Why will you miss it the most?
Man, it's just coming here as a 18-year-old kid, and just, you know, the love I got here, it's unlike anything else. And I'm forever grateful for Penn State and Coach Franklin and everybody here for the things that they did for me and the guys here, and I'll forever be grateful.
And you got to celebrate with your family out there today. That had to be pretty cool to have them right here with you the whole time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Juice, really, congratulations on a great game today and a great season. Thanks so much. Really appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Juice Scruggs with us here post game as Penn State defeats Michigan State by a 35-16 final score here at Beaver Stadium. The Nittany Lions defeat the Spartans 35-16 to wrap up the regular season at 10-2. And Penn State goes 7-2 in Big Ten play, and they go unbeaten in November with 4 impressive lopsided wins. Ran through some of the numbers today, saw a lot of the highlights of today's game. Penn State wins at 35-16 here at Beaver Stadium. One last look there at I think, the greatest venue in all of college sports, the home of Penn State football, 35-16, the final score. So that's going to wrap up our Unrivaled postgame show here today. Thanks to all of our guests for stopping by. Fans, this is where you can get exclusive access postgame. Exclusive access, all these great scenes back here in the tunnel after a big win. See the way the players are interacting with their families, and as always, you can follow Penn State football on social media for more coverage of this. Find out where the Nittany Lions are heading for their bowl game this year, and we'll have coverage leading up to that bowl game as well. Great work by Ross Woomer. Thanks again to Matt Wagner as well and our entire crew for helping us all year long with the Unrivaled post-game show. Hopefully you enjoyed this unprecedented exclusive access that we can give you after the games. We appreciate you tuning in all year long as well. I'm Brian Tripp saying so long from Beaver Stadium. Penn State 35, Michigan State 16, the final. We'll talk to you as we head into bowl season right here. Thanks so much for watching.